オーストラリアとニュージーランドの皆さん、こんにちは。オクトパストラベラーのプロデューサーの高橋です。
皆さんこんにちは。株式会社アクアヤでディレクターをやっている、宮内圭介です。よろしくお願いします。
So yeah, actually I do really love traveling, and even like within the world of a game or within real life, through traveling there you get to see new places and meet new people, and so that's definitely true. I wonder if something like that is a good enough answer for you guys. And someday I'd like to try getting to Australia or New Zealand. So one of the things is with the Bravely Default series for both games, it took about a year for them to reach overseas. So the response from overseas was a bit delayed. But with Octopath Traveler, both with the release of the demos and the final release of the game, we'll be doing those all around the world at the same time. So I look forward to hearing responses from overseas and hearing what they think of the game. So I think the thing that was the most difficult for us in developing this system was the fact that we had to consider that we had to allow for players to choose whichever main character that they wanted and meet whichever characters that they wanted in whichever order, choose to learn whichever abilities that they wanted in whichever order, to go on whatever adventures that they wanted to. And trying to balance this, I think we took a lot of effort on our part. So for me, I think that Alfin the Apothecary is my favorite character because he has a very refreshing personality, and he's very honest as well. For me, it will have to be Ulberich, and it's because throughout the long time that we were working on Octopath Traveler, he's the first of the characters who took form, and so I have the strongest impression of him. So for me, it would have to be Cyrus's ability, which is called Scrutinize. And it's because you'd be able to go through the world and interact with people, knowing exactly what they're thinking and knowing exactly what kind of history, what kind of backstory that they have, that they're carrying with them. As for me, I would like to use the cleric Ophelia's ability, Guide, because I am a director, so being able to have people listen to what I have to say and follow me is a really useful skill. And I could also say that I'd like to use Primrose's ability, but I'm definitely not as good as she is, so I think it'd be a bit difficult for me to provide there. So we had, from the beginning, decided on the basic direction of going with 2D HD, but as far as things like the light and the water effects are concerned, that's something that through development we worked on brushing up as I would have meetings with Mr. Takahashi. So in the final version of the game, you'll be able to explore all the different regions of the Austarian continent, and players will find themselves faced with many challenging bosses that will require them to come up with different strategies to deal with. So look forward to those kinds of challenging battles and figuring out ways to overcome challenges in the game. So I said this before, but this represents for our team the first global release effort that we're going to be having, so I really look forward to doing that. But also in Australia and New Zealand, they'll be the first to gain access to the downloadable version of the game, even before people in Japan. So I look forward to hearing what they have to say about Octopath Traveler once they get it in their hands.
Thanks, mates!